What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Savage Land, and welcome back to the last top 10 list. The actual action figures of 2024. My top 10. I was gonna do a top 20, but I haven't collected that much this year, man. I haven't collected as much as past years. Past years, I've done top 20 because I'm just, crazy, just buying a whole bunch of different figs. But kind of didn't do that much this year, and I'm cool with that, man. I've got my collection to where I really wanted it. I'm looking at it right now. I really don't need too much more. Just select pieces, some exquisite pieces that I want. I just don't need this massive amount of just different figures. But nonetheless, this year was a great year. And no, Mall Santa is not part of the top 10, man. I thought he was just a pretty cool figure to have up there from the Big Bad Toy Store Workshop. I thought he was pretty cool, man. So I just put him up there just to kick it off. So I'm not going to take all you guys up time because I'm tired of doing this list and this is my last one. But Happy New Year's. This is New Year's Day. Let's get into my top 10 action figures of 2024. Let's jump it off. At number 10, we actually got a Marvel Legends up here. And it shows the difference in the Marvel Legends companies from years past. Because I used to not have any Marvel Legends damn near on my top 10 or 20. But we got a good one up here. We got my boy Cable from the Zabu Build-A-Figure wave. A little bit more to be desired here as far as paint scheme, but I think he has a great sculpt. I definitely think he could have used some more paint to bring out those pouches, but I'll do that. I'll put a wash on him myself. I really didn't care too much for his guns. As you can see here, he has the gun in his hand from the actual MCU. Well, Fox Universe Cable, man. So, but nonetheless, a great figure, great head sculpt, a great buck. He's nice and big, and he's not overly big, but he's big. He's big enough to be this Cable in this iteration of Cable. So we got Cable from Marvel Legends at number 10. At number 9, we got my boys from G.I. Joe Classified, none other than the Twilight Guard, which actually got number 2 on my top 10 G.I. Joe Classified list this year. But when it comes to the scheme of all action figures that I acquired, my man falls back to number 9. Great figure, pretty much an in-house kit bash. Uses the Crimson Guard helmet, but this time it's muted out in black with a silver touch on it. He has the Cobra Officer chest, his tank driver arms. He has the tripwire legs. So he's just a kit bash of all kinds, but he's a very, very solid kit bash. Along in with the soft goods cape, the nice regal sword on the side, and the side arm, the overlays, the black and gray muted colors just takes this figure to another level, man. This is a great figure, but he's hidden behind a 2-pack of Steel Core Commander, which is a decent figure, but this is the true treasure out of it. This is a straight sleeper figure. Like I said before, if you haven't got your hands on this, give him a try. I definitely think this guy is one of the best G.I. Joe Classifieds put out there. Number 9, Twilight Guard. At number 8, we got a newcomer coming to the game. I deserve that. Number 8, we got a newcomer coming to the game. We got my man, I believe it's Delroy Van Helsing from the Monster Force. But this is right here is representing Monster Force in general. This is the only Monster Force figure that I have thus far. But Monster Force looks really good. It reminds me of NECA meets Valaverse, to be quite honest with you. Got a lot of modular parts, got a lot of inner working parts. This man came with about 10 hands. So he has like 2 sets of hands, one with gloves, one without gloves. So he kind of doubles down on the Valaverse theme. Blast effects, he comes with a crossbow. As you can see here, he has his weapon in his hand, which is a rifle, knife, sidearm, different little modular parts to plug in and off his vest. So this figure comes with quite a bit. It costs $38 though, so when you get all that, you should be getting that packed in. But it looks like he has great articulation, great paint scheme. Like I said, Monster Force is basically NECA meets Valaverse, and they're pretty dope. I will consider them the third party in the military war, Valaverse, G.I. Joe Classified, and now welcome Monster Force, part of the big 3. So at number 8, we got Van Helsing from Monster Force, technically representing the entire line in my top 10 countdown. Speaking of Valaverse, at number 7, man, we got my man Sidewinder. Had to get this figure up here. I actually don't even have this figure personally yet. I had to borrow this from my man Chris, as he nagged the shit out of me like I was gonna steal it. I'm just messing with you, Chris, man. But hey, appreciate you letting me borrow this, man, because I had to put this up here like just the representation on my top 10, because this figure alone, matter of fact, when Chris showed me this figure 2 months ago, made me change the tide on Valiverse. Because to me, I mean, and it's not like I'm super crazy over G.I. Joe Classified that much will make me hate Valiverse, but I just kind of felt like they were just kind of putting out the same old figure. But this figure right here, when I seen him, I was like, okay, they are on to something. This is a good looking figure right here. This is a great face sculpt here. He moves well. They got the new double ball, jointed neck. This is a perfect representation of an ethnic character, especially one that's Spanish. I mean, this is spot on, and he looks good. This is the best Valiverse thus far in what's the Series 5. Made me change the tide. Made me go ahead and order him up, and made me order up a couple of more from Series 5. So that's an excellent job on Valiverse end, and they do great with ethnic characters. Because once again, what's my girl name? Kill Switch was a great looking African American woman. I don't know why they didn't still never expanded on her. But Sidewinder, if you guys are on the fence about this figure, dope, man. I had to get this guy. Matter of fact, he just cleared at BB Big Bad Toy Store for me because I was waiting on him forever. That's why I had to borrow this one. But he made me go out and have to borrow him to put him on this countdown, man. This is a great looking figure. Of course, with Valiverse, you're gonna get plenty of hands, plenty of loadout weapons, man. But this right here, I ordered 3 of him. This is a dope figure, and he definitely deserves the number 7 spot out of all action figures on my top 10 countdown. Sidewinder, Valiverse, Series 5. Number 6 on my top 10 countdown is, of course, for my boys Mayfax. There was a time where I would have about 5 or 6 Mayfaxes before the year has ended, but I'm winding down on Mayfax. I don't need them as much as I used to. I have to finish off my Superman series, and of course I'm always down for a good Batman, and this is one of the Batmans I picked up in 2024. I also picked up the Batman with the horse, but either or can serve the same purpose. Of course, two totally different bucks as far as body, but the way they're gonna move as far as Mayfax, straight butter. What more? If you know about Mayfax, there's really no need to expound on what they can do. I mean, this is a great moving figure. This is a great looking figure, man. They are making the best DC characters out there. Sorry, McFarlane, but no, it's Mayfax who's putting in the work on the Supermans and the Batmans, and especially in the 6-inch 1/12 scale, man. So this is a great Batman, the Nightfall Batman. A lot of people don't like the pointy ears, but you get an option of shorter ears. I also seen a kit bash also with a McFarlane Batman 66, where you can also kind of put the heads from those figures on this figure if you want a kind of a different look, man. But Mayfax totally deserves my number 6 spot, Nightfall Batman. At number 5 is the quote-unquote the greatest Marvel legend I've ever brought. It is the Deluxe Odin. What more can you say? This guy's popping off the page already, man. Plenty of paint, plenty of scope, plenty of different hairdresses as far as which serves as different head sculpts. He has a battle helmet, he has a throne helmet, has a regular hairpiece. You can see here his weapons, the big broadsword, the big trident. Also comes with 2 black crows that you can sit on his shoulder. Soft goods cape, which was awesome, man. Awesome. So if you ever get a throne for him to sit on, he definitely could sit down on there. As far as in the boots area, I mean, I would love to see a little bit more wash on there, but I'm gonna do that personally, so you can bring out the sculpt that it has in it. This figure is sculpted from top to bottom. It moves a little bit better than you think he would move. I got a problem with siege joints with mine, so I need to get in there and kind of get an X-Acto knife and kind of cut into some joints and kind of loosen up a little bit, man. But man, this is a dope action figure, man. Marvel Legends really killed it this year, and this is like the magnum opus to me is Odin. Plenty of paint, plenty of scope, just different heads, man. Awesome figure. Totally deserves the number 5 spot on my top 10 countdown. At my number 4 spot on my top 10 countdown is a figure that just squared off with the previous figure, as I did a G.I. Joe versus Marvel Legends top 10 countdown. Basically let those 2 lines square off and see who had action figure supremacy. But of course, G.I. Joe won in the end. But at number 4, we got my boy Road Pig. Once again, another deluxe figure. And right now, you can catch him on sale from time to time for $30. For $30, you're getting plenty of action figure worthy. He has different head sculpts. He has a different mask that you can put on. As you can see here in his hand, he has 2 different war hammers, traditional center block, and also a metal like pig head hammer. Plenty of sculpt, unique body sculpt, the first of its kind in G.I. Joe Classified. Also comes with a companion. He comes with a pit bull, which also has 2 head sculpts. So dope action figure. Comes with a meat hook, comes with a shield guard. I mean, this guy's packed out, loaded out. I think he was the best G.I. Joe Classified thus far this year in my top 10 G.I. Joe Classified, and he definitely, totally deserves the number 4 spot on my top 10 action figures of 2024 G.I. Joe Classified, Road Pig. Number 3 on my top 10 countdown of 2024 is a figure that some even said that really doesn't deserve to come on a top 10, and not deserve because it's not fair. Because they're doing such great work for such cheap prices. It's the CT Toys Brown Suit Wolverine. Yes, the Mayfax knockoff. I am so happy CT Toys did this figure, because I could so care less about Mayfax missing out on money, because Mayfax was doing us dirty. I was one of the ones who had this Brown Suit Wolverine in my cart about 3 years ago. I took it out like, man, you know, I don't need another brown suit. And once that figure came out and seen all the people having fun with it, I was like, oh my God, I gotta get this. Okay, well, I'll wait for Mayfax to re-release it. They never did, suckers. And CT came through and picked up and cleaned, and was basically the cleanup man on that. $16 I paid for this action figure with free shipping. Took about 2 weeks to come, a little over 2 weeks to come, but totally worth it. This is basically pretty much the brown suit Mayfax. Got the nice curvature on the claws with the silver paint. I mean, this thing looks good. Moves just like a Mayfax. Has all of pretty much the credibility of a Mayfax. Has a few little flaws here and there. Has an unmasked head sculpt. Has a downward cowl. This is pretty much the Mayfax brown suit Wolverine. I could care less now if Mayfax reissues it. Now, just for the crazy collector in me, I might just pick up one just to have in my Mayfax collection. But thank you, CT. You saved me a lot of money, and you saved me a lot of time. And I brought 3 of these things. I brought 3 of these, and it was still cheaper than one Mayfax. 3 of these things were $48 with free shipping from AliExpress. Still cheaper than the Mayfax, and you still getting the same effect. You can do whatever you want with it. I would suggest people go out and get these CT toys. I don't know how long this is going to last, but this is wonderful. And Wolverine actually had the number 2 spot on my top 10, but he got kicked back to number 3, and pretty soon you'll see why. But Wolverine from CT Toys, not so Mayfax brown suit Wolverine, coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 on my top 10 action figures of 2024 is none other than the CT Toys Antivenom. I mean, I literally just picked this figure up 2 weeks ago, and he shot way up there. He shot past Wolverine. I mean, this is pretty much a Rebel Tech that hasn't even came out yet. That Rebel Tech, I don't even believe, has an Antivenom out. And CT Toys went and jumped the gun on that and put out this figure. This figure right here is phenomenal. I'm not a huge Rebel Tech guy. I really don't even like the designs of Rebel Tech, but if I was gonna get any Rebel Tech, I would get this one here. And with CT Toys for 24 bucks, it enables you to take a chance on that, because it's still at $100 and something. I don't know if I would spend that, because I only have one Rebel Tech. It's the cable that I brought, which is a phenomenal figure, but you all know Rebel Tech has its issues and challenges. But as far as posing up, one of the best in the game. And this Rebel Tech right here, well, not so Rebel Tech, CT Toys Antivenom, shows the newer Rebel Techs that don't necessarily fall apart as easy as like the cable. Like, I had to play with my cable inward. This guy right here is nice and tight. You don't have to make sure his joints are pushed in. Now, I did have a problem when his right arm came out, but you just plug it right back in. As far as sculpt, looks great. As far as paint, he has this off-white pearlescent like paint on him that you don't be able to appreciate until you have him in hand. It's almost like a fish scale, almost, man. He looks very dope. Comes packed with plenty these articulated tendrils that come on his back, 2 different head sculpts, a buffet of hands, pistols. You can see he's got the big gun in his hand. Blast effects, which are dope. I mean, all of this for 24 bucks. All of this with free shipping. I mean, this thing is awesome. He moves well. Legs can be kind of quite tight a little bit, but I'd rather have them tight than what I was dealing with my cable, with the legs just start coming apart. You know, because that's just what a Rebel Tech does. It's almost made to come apart like that so you can flex it to the mass flexibility that you can get it to, man. But this figure right here, once again, if you're afraid to spin the wheel at AliExpress, and what I was scared of, I was going to get a knockoff of a knockoff. No, I'm actually getting the true knockoff, the true CT toys when I'm ordering from AliExpress, and they're straight official. And I would suggest this too. If you're going to order one, go ahead and order you up another one too. I mean, what the hell is it? I mean, at some points it's cheaper than a Marvel Legend to order two of these. Like at Wolverine, immediately I ordered two at $16. No, three, you know. And with this, I immediately ordered two. For 24 bucks, you can't beat it. The CT Toys Antivenom definitely, totally deserves the number 2 spot. Wolverine totally deserves the number 3 spot. CT Toys, if you're scared to do it, man, check these toys out. They are dope. And at number 1, we got some toys I think most people can be in agreement on. Be honest with you, the Jada Street Fighter toys were going to get number 1 on my action figure top 20 list last year, but I had to give it to G.I. Joe Classified. They totally deserved it. They had never got a number 1 on my top 10 list. But this year, I had to totally give this thing to Jada Toys, man. What a great line. I would pick one, but you know, and to be honest with you, if I would have picked one and kind of left some other ones, they'd be littered all through my top 10, which pretty much everyone I've seen on their top 10 countdown said. You know, these figures cost 25 bucks. They have great likeness, very tough, very durable. Not easy to get in and get your hands on in store. They're kind of sparse on that degree, but as far as online, you could order them up, man, and get them, man. Yeah, and I give the number 1 to the entire line, even back to last year, Ryu. Just their entire line of toys. There's not too many of them. They keep them very kind of exclusive as far as how much they're pumping out. But hey, I totally understand, man. They got a great product, and I think it moves wonderful. I think it comes with plenty of accessories. I think it's cheap enough, and I just think it's a dope line. Now, if I had to pick any one of them that's my favorite, just to give it to a true number 1, I'm going with DJ. I love this character right here. Not only is he a first time in any Street Fighter line, but they did a really great job on him, man. Great head sculpt. Got a nice gold chain that's real. Great effect piece that you can flip it horizontal. Can you also flip it vertical too? And this is pretty much standard with all the figures. 2 sets of hands, 2 sets of heads, and a blast effect, which comes with a stand. That's pretty much standard. And soft goods now, especially with M. Bison's cape. If they have a flowing cape, man. But it's this thing about DJ. He just looks really good. I like his skin tone. I like the way his facial features look. I like the bold maximum on the side of his pants. I'm a 90s kid. I love logos. There's something about logos in the 90s. Like just these bold letters or just this bold font that always attracts my attention, man. But if I was going to pick one, it would be DJ. I would say the best one that they put out this year for me. But Jada Toys overall definitely deserves my number 1 action figure of 2024. What do you guys think? What was your number 1 action figure? Just period, what you brought, a line that you brought this year. Let me know in the comments. This is the Savage Land. If you can, give me a like, comment, subscribe. If you can, hit me on my Instagram at Geppetto910. We do this for the love and beauty of action figures. All lines, all brands, especially if they bringing it. This year, I hope to start on some new things and just have a successful new year, basically, with my business in real life and also on YouTube too, and take it to another level, man, and kind of leave all this rest of this little dumb shit behind, man, and really take this action figure game up and ramp it up to another level. But I hope you guys are enjoying your new year, because I am. And with that being said, until the next time, God bless.